We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here to speak to the so-called black, Native American, Seminole Indians, Negroes of that nature. And first and foremost, we're going to give all praises, honor and glory unto Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shai, Bahara Karkadash. Double honors to the elders of the house of David that rule and teach well. Alright. I'm going to say shalom to the sisters that are honoring the children that are honoring their fathers and mothers, and to the sisters that are diligently obeying their husbands at home, man. Okay, so this is what we're about. We're about this going out.
This is the book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the other one, Yahweh Shai, giving thanks to power and the Father by him.
Yeah, man, we give thanks to Yahweh Bashem HaMashiach Yahweh Shai. Alright.
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
Unto the whole world.
Unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
We're meant to come out here and talk to the Israelites. Alright, Matthew, hold that. Give me Matthew chapter 10 and 5. We're meant to come and speak to our people. Alright, because they need to repent. They need to change from their wicked ways. That's the mission out here.
This is the book of Matthew chapter 10 and verse 5. These 12 Yahweh Shai sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not in the ways of the Gentiles, and into the city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Our people, we're destroyed as a people. We're proud, we're stiff-necked, we're stubborn, we're rebellious.
That's right.
We don't want to learn, man. Our people don't want to know and consider who they are as a nation.
Right.
They call themselves black. Alright? Last time I looked up, there's not a country called black.
Knowledge increase.
Jamaica means the land of wood and water. America is a white man's name, so-called the Caucasian, a Edomite's name. We're calling yourself all these names like St. Lucia, Grenada, right, Ghana, Nigeria. That just means you're black again. So all these names you're giving yourself, it doesn't make any sense.
That's right.
That's why we're out here to tell you what is your biblical name. Greeks are in the Bible. Rome is in the Bible. Ethiopia is in the Bible. Egypt's in the Bible. Alright, so who are we as a nation of people? We're not the nation, we're people that have been put into slavery, and that fits the conditions of the Israelites. Bring this up.
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die.
They're going to be in a good vibe.
Thou shalt surely die.
Moses said the wicked are going to surely die.
That's right.
So that's why we're meant to come out here and tell our people, because our heart and desire is that the Israelites get saved. We don't want our people to get hurt. If you love your people seriously, you're not going to want them to just step in the doo-doo. You're going to tell them, look, there's doo-doo there. Don't step in that. Jump over that or move out the way.
And thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity.
So there, we want to save these people, Most High willing, and save ourselves as well. Alright, we're out here diligently doing this to save ourselves. Alright, what is your life for? Some people think your life's just to get a mortgage and get your children. You're going to die. Your children might be waste, man, and sell your house for crack and cocaine and sniff. Alright? And gamble your life away. Your life isn't really just to get a mortgage and to build your life up for your generation that might not even do it right, man. You bring them up, you bring your children up, Israelites anyway, in the word. Alright? And if they do have possessions and money, they know they will do righteous with the money.
That's right.
Alright, they'll leave a tenth on the tree for the birds to eat the fruits. They'll make sure that they'll give it to the elders and to the people that we can build schools, churches, we can build, you know what I mean, lessons, hospitals. Alright? All praises to Yahweh, man.
All praises.
They have to investigate why the fire was going on. Most likely Yahweh. Well, all praises Yahweh on the fire, man. So yeah, look, why we're out here, alright, is because we need to bring righteousness into the world, man. Alright? Yeah, teach the truth.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and thou shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way.
And a lot of people, they don't teach their children. We ask the children out here certain times, you know about Noah? Like, who's that? You know about David? And come on, confounded, man. When we was growing up, that was a need to know thing, that you know David, that you know Samson. You tell the children now, they don't know a damn thing, man. That's why the wicked shall surely die. And the Most High says that, give me the one where it says, the children.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 19. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness, and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him.
The Most High made stumbling blocks before some of the people. Alright, even some of the children, man. Alright, because you got to turn from your wickedness. You can't go back to being righteous, then to go back to wickedness. That's a stumbling block. Alright.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 8.
Read!
There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be often sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and monstrous women shall bring forth monsters.
Menstruous women are bringing up the children now, man.
That's
You
right.
got menstruous women bringing up monsters amongst the Israelites.
Knowledge increase.
Go to the Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 12. We got women that are running things in our societies, in our households, man.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, thou which laid thee, that led thee, caused thee to err.
Alright, and that's, we've been erring now. We're in error, we're going the wrong way, we're striving to the left-hand side as a nation. Because the women are ruling over us, and the children are ruling over the women. Now the women are getting told by the children, no, I want this, buy this now, give me that, shouting and screaming at the moms. And because there's no father figure in the household, alright, now we got like guys like Kevin Samuels, that died recently, that are pissed off. Women are pissed off like this because there's men talking up. There was men talking up for basically for their leadership back into the household, man. And the women was upset that they were going against their word, because the Most High says that this is going to happen, that they're going to be proud, stiff-necked, hard-hearted, wanton, mincing. All right. So that's why we're kind of like trying to say, wicked ones are going to die, and even the children, man, if they don't get themselves together.
Right.
Give me the one in Samuel. You got the idea, right? Nice. 17. Yeah, we'll get it.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9 and verse 17. Therefore, the Lord shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows. For everyone is an hypocrite and an evildoer, and every mouth speaketh falsely. For all this is anger For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still.
So yeah, as it was saying there, read that one more time.
17. Therefore, the Lord shall have no joy in their young men.
The Most High ain't going to have joy in the wicked children, man. The Most High is not going to have joy in their young men because they grew up.
Neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows, for everyone is an hypocrite and an evildoer.
That's why we're out here to speak to the widows and the fatherless. Go to Job chapter 29.
This is the book of Job, chapter 29 and verse 11. When the ear heard me, then it blessed me. And when the eye saw me, it gave witness to me. Because I delivered the poor that cried, and the fatherless, and him that had none to help him.
Yeah, so we're here for the widows and the fatherless. That's the point we're out here for, because there's people amongst our nation that there's single parent households, there's fatherless children, and there's widows that husbands are in prison or been killed or gun crime, black on black, so-called black on black, Latino versus Latino, Latino versus black. That's going amongst our communities. A lot of us have been brought up without fathers in the household, right? That's why they're rebellious and hypocritical people, because they didn't brought up Deuteronomy 6 and 7 with knowing the word. And if they do find out the word, they're getting taught by some fake pastors that are stealing the money from our aunties and nuns, man. They're getting picked out by the nuns. That's why we're trying to come out here and show forth righteousness. Yeah, they're trying to show forth righteousness, man, to the best of our ability. Our righteousness is like filthy rags, but when we read the word, this is the cleansing, to clean the rag.
That's right.
This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 2 and verse 23. And he went up from thence unto Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city, and mocked him, and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. And he turned back and looked on them.
And the little children are being very disrespectful, man. Go, you bald head, you bald head. Now, why are you disrespecting the guy? That could have been he could have been a clean bald head. It could have been a bald head of age, of wisdom. But there was this, go away, you bald head, you bald head. Because imagine saying that to an Israelite that knows they can't cut their hair. They can't bald their head. And he's like, right, man, that's not my fault. It's because of, you know what I mean? It's a clean leprosy according to Leviticus 13 and 40.
This is the book of 24. And he turned back and looked on them, and cursed them in the name of Yahweh. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and tear 42 children of them.
So yeah, even children that were disrespecting prophets were getting torn to pieces, man. The children that was disrespecting the prophets and saying, nah, you got a bald head. Bears came out and ripped them to bits, man. To shreds.
Verse 25, and he went from thence to Mount Carmel, and from thence he returned to Samaria.
And then he went about his way. Alright, like, look, yeah, that's all you know what I mean? No one should have just kept your mouth shut, man. What's that, Proverbs? Proverbs 21, 23. Proverbs 21, 23.
This is the book of Proverbs 21 and verse 23. Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from trouble.
Yeah, man, keep your mouth, man. Certain things you just gotta keep your mouth. Damn little children open up their mouth, said the wrong thing to the wrong person, and it became horrible for them. A very dreadful day for those 42 children. Instant judgments out of nowhere. Or out of somewhere, out of Yahweh Bashim and Mashiach Yahushua. Understand? That's why we're out here to push with righteousness to the people. Even to the children. That's why we say Shalom to the children that are honoring their fathers and mothers. Yeah. Got me 1 second.
This is the book of 2 Ezra 15 and verse 22. My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon earth. The fire is gone forth from his wrath, and have consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like the straw with what that is kindled. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord.
So yeah, the Most High is not going to be... The Most High is not going to be restful to the sinners. The sinners need to be judged. Alright? The sinners need to get their judgment, but same way, we'll keep
25, 24. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments.
Yeah, so that's the point. Our heart's desire is Israel to be saved and that our people stop sinning and they repent. And they repent from all sorts of wickedness that Babylon has been indoctrinating them with. So they need to learn the commandments. The commandments, give me that. Give me the commandments. They need to turn from wickedness and learn commandments. And because that is what a sin is.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of power, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
The commandments are not what?
And his commandments are not grievous.
The commandments aren't hard to do. The commandments, we got to stop sinning and keep his commandments and love the Most High. A lot of people don't understand what it is to love the Most High. It's as simple as just doing what he says. Some people want to bring sacrifice though. Like, oh look, we can save up some money and... No, the Most High don't want you to do that. Just do what he says. Obey his word. The reason why we come out here on the highways and we show forth, we give our soul as a living sacrifice. We show forth our praise in the highways and in the hedges to teach the people. That's why I said, wisdom of soul, that's why we read Ezekiel 3:17. Go unto the midst of Israel.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keep them against the mighty day of their punishment.
Give me Psalms. That's a brilliant time for Psalms. Psalms chapter 1. The Most High hateth sinners. He don't like sinners. I know some people say, oh, he hates the sin and loves the sinner. Where did I hear? Where did you find that? I don't see them ones there. You show me where the Most High loves the sinners. Because we just read in, read it again.
2 Ezra 15:23. The fire is gone. 22, Salakia. My right hand shall not spare the sinners.
The what?
My right hand shall not spare the sinners.
I don't see the Most High saying he loves he loves the sinner. His right hand will not spare the sinners. So the reason, now the quick question is, to the people should know is, wait, if keeping the commandments is showing forth love, how can I do that? Because I'm a hater to the Most High if I'm going to sin. Show me some commandments. Where did you find those commandments? So-called black slave American Seminole Indians, read the first 5 books of the Bible and study them. Alright? Study those diligently and it will be alright.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1 and verse 5. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregations of the righteous. For Yahweh knoweth the ways of the righteous, but the ways of the ungodly shall perish.
The ways of what?
The ways of the ungodly shall perish.
Yeah, so now you need to find out what is godly. What godly ways? You know what you do? Give me Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 14. And you read verse 4. Read verse 4.
Verse 4. Psalms 1 and 4. The ungodly are not so, but are like a chaff, which in the wind driveth away.
They're like the chaff. They're like the chaff that in the wind they just... Then when you see sawdust and it just gets in your eye, like, yeah. That's what the ungodly are like. That just annoying, irritable. The chaff that is blowing the wind. Then when you get that dust in your eye, you're like, man, picking out your eye.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon 5 and verse 14. For the hope of the ungodly is like the dust that is blown away with the wind, like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with a tempest, and passeth away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High.
Yeah, because the righteous say fire upon Sodomites.
That's right.
16.
You see anything familiar up here? Proud, man. The Most High is going to knock down proud men. Verse 1 here.
This is the book of Job, chapter 8 and verse 1. Verse 9. For we are but of yesterday and know nothing, because our days upon the earth are a shadow.
Yeah, so look, the days of our on the earth, because one day to us is 1,000 years to the Heavenly Father. So it's just a shadow. It's just a shadow. Like what we doing on this world, man. To us, it's just it's quick.
This is the book of Lamentations 1 and verse 10. The adversary has spread out his hand upon all her pleasant things, for she hath seen that the heathen entered into the sanctuary, whom thou didst command that they should not enter into thy congregation. All her people sighed.
Yo, what are you talking about? Stop spewing your madness. Just walk by. What do you see up here? Do you see anything that you... Like, what is intriguing you up here? Like, this whole slavery. Is that good? It's not good. So where are you from? What's your nationality? What's your nationality? You're African. Or you're from the east side of Africa. What tribe? Or what tribe of Somalia are you? Are you the Iska? Are you Iska? Do you know that tribe in Somalia? You don't know your Somalian tribes. Where are you from, big man? Ethiopia. So we got Kush and we got Put. So look, the Most High, have you heard of Noah? Alright, so Noah, there's 3 children of Noah, isn't it? Alright, they call them Japheth, Ham and Shem. So you would come out of, go to Genesis. Go to chapter 10 and verse 6. You would come out of Canaan, the Canaanites, Africans. You got basically Cush, Mitzrayim, Put, and Canaan. So let's read.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 10 and verse 6. And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mitzrayim, and Put, and Canaan.
Yeah, so Mitzrayim, Egypt. So that's the genealogies of the Hamites. Alright? So now we come out of the genealogies of the Shemites. Because people will say like, oh, everyone is comes from Adam. That's what people will say, right? So everyone comes from Adam. That doesn't matter. Like the Most High, the Lord, the Most High, right? Or Allah, in your Muslim, yeah? Allah, who is he about? Who is he for? Who is he the God of? Who is Allah the God of? Let's go to it. Exodus chapter. Because in the Quran, who is Allah the God of? The God of who? Who is he the God for? So everyone is saying it. Alright, let me Joel 2:27.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed.
So look, the Most High said he's the Lord God of Israel. He lives in the midst of Israel, and his people shall never be ashamed about that. Now we're not ashamed, you understand? So are you from the people of Israel? According to this, you wouldn't come out of the genealogies of the Israelites. You would come out of the genealogy of the Hamites. Because the Israelites come from Shem. That's their genealogy.
Exodus 2 verse 24. And God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob.
So the covenant that was made is with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So, to be fair, Abraham had a son called Ishmael. That would even be a bit closer, because they had the covenant of circumcision. You don't even fit the conditions of Ishmael, because you're not an Arab. Your father's not an Arab. But that's not even good enough to be an Ishmaelite. You have to be an Israelite, according to the Bible, according to Allah. Because even in the Quran, like, I know because we need, obviously you don't understand. Because you was brought up as a Muslim, isn't it? You know, like as a child though, isn't it? You was grown into it. You was born into it, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's not, whoever's taught you, you just learn stupidness from birth. You get it? You just learned it. You just born into it and just kept them customs. So it's become embedded in you. You get it? Like our women, it's embedded in them to be wicked on the earth, and they need to turn to righteousness, to like wear modest apparel, have their head wraps.
That's right.
That is how our women should be looking. The same modest way you're looking now, shamefaced, hearkening to men. This is the vibration we need on our females. But they're rebellious, they're stiff-necked.
That's right.
They want to get relaxer and weave in their hair and look like a damn dog, man. You know what I mean? Like it's a bit of a shame, because when our women are in order, it will push forth more. Our nationality will grow to be righteous. The children will grow to be proper. We'll have a good households in the communities, and then you'll envy our women even more than you do now. I know you like the Negro women, isn't it? The Negro women are very beautiful, aren't they? No, look, you're not a Negro. You're not a nigger. But you're not a nigger. She would be classified as a nigger because of slavery and growing up as, you know what I mean? But she don't like that name. She don't want to call herself a nigger. You would never call your ancestors, like I'm saying, the Hamites was never called niggers. The so-called blacks, the Native Americans, the Seminole Indians, we've been given names. We've been given names that are horrible. What's that? What does that mean?
Joel means hard head. When we was born.
Yeah, we are Jerel. We are hard-headed people. Our people are stubborn and stiff-necked.
Wow.
She said, wow, yeah. She's like, why do you know that? Because like we're meant to be dumb. Like we can't learn Somalian, man. That's what I'm saying. That's why you people are rude. People are very disrespectful. You're hard-headed. You're haram. Yeah, you're haram. Alright, well look, that's the point of it, right? According to the Bible, you're haram. To us. To us, you're haram. You'll be unclean. You're not halal. Alright, you're not halal. You're unclean. You're not allowed to go onto the Puttites and the Ethiopians and let's get that. Deuteronomy 2 and 7. But we're not going to cast pearls to the swine. We're just going to tell them as it is, man. Could have just started getting rude on her. You're going into slavery and all of that. Nah. It's cool, man. She was being calm. She wanted to learn something. She learned that she's not who she thinks she is, man.
That's right.
Alright? To be honest, if you're not an Israelite, you're the devil of the Bible.
That's right.
That's right.
Deuteronomy 2 and 7. Did I say 2 and 7? Salakia, 7 and 2. Salakia, 7 and 2. This is 7 and 3. 2.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 2. And when Yahweh thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite.
Start at 1. Right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy 7 and verse 1. When the Lord thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou.
And that's basically the Hamites, man. I don't know which one of them, to be real, I don't know which one of them is the Somalis, but one of them means Somalian, or Somali. One of them means the Ethiopians. Another one might mean the Sudanese. Come on, you know what I mean? We don't know exactly, like, sorry Israel, we might have to study diligently more, but I don't really give a damn about the tribes of the Hamites, really, still. Yeah, you know, I more study the genealogies of our forefathers and what name to what tribe. You know, but we will. For edification purposes, we're going to study deeper, find out which one of these are the Somalians, man. You know what I mean? Or the Somali. They don't like to be called Somalians, innit? They want to be Somali. Because the N's are only the Negroes. Brazilians and Dominicans and Jamaicans and Grenadians and Nigerians. Where the N's? They don't want to be the N's. They want to be Somali. Do you get that? There's a reason. Because they never pick the conditions of the Negroes. So they don't want to be a N's.
Verse 2, and when the Lord thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
And look, you might think, why do we read that one so many times? Because it is very detrimental to the children of Israel.
That's right.
It's very serious to lead to, because remember the lust of the eye and the flesh, it brings us down as a people. And when we look upon them, they have nothing to offer for our people. It's going to lead us astray, and that's why we read it so many times, because this is one of the biggest reasons why Israel was split as a nation. If the wisest man amongst the whole world ever to live just read that a bit more, then maybe we wouldn't be in this position as a nation. Let's read it again. The brother, brilliant. Let's read that again. Let's read it again in another area. Go to First Kings. You got it already? Oh, praises.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11 and verse 1.
Read.
But King Solomon loved many strange women.
Many what?
Many strange women.
Strangers, man. Alright, get away from Caucasians. Get away from, you know what I mean? The Somalis.
That's right.
Get away from the Cushites,
Jesus.
the Ammonites, and all of the Japanese and Chinese, the Moabites, Elam. Elam don't like you anyway. Elam don't really want to chat to you.
Knowledge increase.
So get away from them.
Come.
Together with the daughters of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Sidonites, Hittite, of the nations concerning which Yahweh said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not give them.
You shall what?
Ye shall not go into them.
You shall not go unto them.
That's right.
Don't touch them. Leave them dirty, unclean demons alone.
Knowledge increase.
Our people are told to stop dealing with the jungle fever, man.
God.
Stop dealing with the jungle fever. Basically, get out.
That's right.
Run away.
That's right.
It's dreadful.
That's right.
We should see more of this stuff, man.
That's right.
That's what we need to see more
That's
of.
right.
Alright? Monkeys stay with monkeys.
That's right.
Dogs stay with dogs.
Come.
Lions stay with the lions.
Knowledge increase.
Sheep stay with the rams.
That's right.
That's right.
Alright? Lions with lionesses. You get what I'm trying to say.
Neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart
That's
after
right.
their God. Solomon cleaved unto these in love.
Come.
Solomon should have read Deuteronomy chapter 7 a little bit more harder, just
That's
to understand that what he's doing is gonna split. It's gonna make a split, a division.
That's
I
right.
think go into it. I think it says that in verse. There's a dream and it says it's gonna turn. It's the dream, right? It says it's gonna turn around the lines, not before. Yeah. Go to verse 12.
1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 12. Notwithstanding, in thy days, I will not do it for David thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of the hand of thy son. Howbeit I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe of thy son, of David, for David my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen.
Yeah, so David was only allowed to hold on to Benjamin, right? Or Solomon. It was only Solomon and Benjamin. It was only Judah and Benjamin that was holding on to in the southern kingdom. But the northern kingdom, the other 10 tribes, was divided because our people, they wanted to deal with the other woman.
That's right.
Leave them women alone.
That's right.
It divides us as a people.
That's right.
We don't need that. They can keep themselves.
Knowledge
And
increase.
if you want to get scientifical, we're finding out in 2022 that the Caucasian semen ain't working,
That's right.
or the ovaries of the women is not working.
That's right.
They're dying off. If you look at the statistics, you know the Caucasians, they love to say the statistics. The children ain't producing any more children because of all the GMO foods and the plastic in the damn microwave every minute. You got the microwave foods that they get from Sainsbury's and some Morrison's and Tesco's and the supermarkets. All the damn wasteful things, you could call it the chemtrails, they're dying off as a people.
That's right.
We just found out the other day that the jab, they lost their court case.
That's right.
It is poisoning the people. And now if you've been double jabbed up, you're gonna die a horrible death.
Knowledge increase.
You're gonna die a slow, unimmune death.
God.
Because you trusted in Babylon. You envied your oppressors.
That's right.
You was like, no, I'm gonna do it. And why? Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. You trusted in them. And they let you down.
That's right.
That's why they can't deal with them. Go to the one where it says, you was in 12, right? Ecclesiastes. Sirach 12. Sirach 12.
Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
Gifts have destroyed our people.
This is the book of Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemies, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
So yeah, they trusted in him. They gave him a gift, and the gift was like, yeah, you can get a joint for a jab, or we'll give you 10,000. We'll give you the stimulus checks. We'll give you grands. Just get the jokey jab or the prick, and you got prick stick, man. You got stuck up, and it's not a good look for you guys. Anyone that's been jokey jabbed, I'm kind of like happy. But like the Most High says, this is your judgment. You trusted in Babylon. You wanted to get pricked up. They come up with a court case that found out you've got all this juice, this evil juice. You got the beetle juice in you. And now, yeah, it's a piss take now. You're walking zombies ready to die on the earth.
That's right.
All praises. Hey sisters, you know you're the Israelites of the Bible. All praises to the Heavenly Father. Keep the Sabbath day holy. Alright, you're Israelites, you need to keep commandments.
No buying and selling.
No buying and selling and modest apparel. Yeah, go to envy the oppressors.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. For the forward is abomination to Yahweh, but he seeketh is with the righteous.
Yeah, so give me 12. Go to chapter 12 and 26. Envy not the oppressors. Don't choose none of their ways.
That's right.
You don't need nothing that they've got.
Come.
Anything they've got, just be careful. It could be poisonous.
Come.
You understand? Don't trust anything they do. Because if everything we've learned in our society as growing up as a kingdom, they will give smallpox to Native Americans and give peace treaties. They'll say peace, peace. But there's a sword behind their back. They'll shake your hand with the left and stab you with the right. It's mad.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
The what?
The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. But the way of the wicked seduces them.
Seduce. The ways of the wicked are seducing. They seduce us. Yeah, you. What's your name? Bob or Tom. You're seducing seductive ways.
That's right.
They'll try and use policies and they'll woo you. They'll use the woo-woo. Their fake smiles. They'll be like, yes, it's very good for you. Remember, I keep saying this, man. The time we was in the church of Yahweh Shai, man, the Caucasians came up with the cookies and the cakes and the little cupcakes. We looked at those cupcakes like, bro, you want one of those? I don't want none of your cupcakes, man.
That's right.
That could be it's poisonous, man. It could be. It's damn poisonous, man. You don't want it. Keep your cupcakes.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and verse 11. 26 and verse 11. Lord, when thy hand is lifted up, they will not see, but they shall see, and be ashamed for their envy at the people. Yea, the fire of thine enemies shall devour them.
Yeah, man. They're gonna be ashamed for the envy. Give me you got. They're gonna be ashamed, man, for the envy at the people. Go to the one I want, Psalm 73.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 24 verse 1. Be thou not envious against an evil man.
Don't be envious against wicked, evil people. Leave the evil ones alone. Don't want what they've got. Because what they're going to do is woo you, give you one of their daughters or something. The daughter's going to come and beguile you and lead you away from righteousness. Like a King Saul, really. But that's Misha, that's our sister. But you know what he tried to use his daughter for? He tried to use his daughter for the left-hand side vibrations. Like a damn whore or something, like a prostitute. Yeah, go with David so you can tell me about what he does. And spy on David. Some King Saul spirit, that's what the heathens have, wicked spirits.
That's right.
Yeah, Delilah, Samson. That's a more in-depth one, yeah, because that's the other nations. But remember, King Saul was moving wicked. So the same vibration is on the wicked ones, man. Be careful of these guys. Don't trust the evil men.
That's right.
Evil desire to be with them, for their hearts study of destruction.
Their hearts what?
For their hearts study of destruction.
Their hearts study destruction.
Esau.
The wicked ones, the Caucasians, they study nuclear weapons
That's right.
and bombs and killing each other.
That's right.
They studied how they can go into America
That's right.
and kill the natives with Gatling guns, man.
Ah.
They studied, they couldn't get into Vietnam, so they said, let's just put a nuclear bomb on them and just blow them all up. Because they were too wicked to fight the little tiny Chinese man then. They were too strong. Imagine these are Edomites that conquered black people, so-called black people. Alright? You know what I mean? In the Roman empires, and they had Caesars and all of these stuff. But they were not strong enough to fight a third world country. Every time they went in, they had to go back out with their tails, or blood was shed, the blood of their ancestors is shed upon the sands of the Vietnam beaches, man. So what they had to do, they had to use study destruction. Go read that again.
For their heart study destruction.
Because their hearts study destruction. Their hearts study on how they can kill, pillage, rape, murder. We're not saying anything that's not the real. We're not spewing rhetoric. We're spewing the facts. We're speaking the truth.
That's right.
The wicked ones, it's easy to identify them. You look around, who the evil ones are, you just look at destruction.
Knowledge increase.
Who's the most destructive on the world?
Teach.
Then you have to point your finger and be like, it's those guys. These guys, they're the most destructive in the world.
That's right, Act.
So they're evil men. They're the devil, the Bible speaks of.
Khan.
And their lips talk of mischief.
Their lips can't stop saying stupid stuff, man.
That's right.
They can't stop saying stupidness.
Knowledge increase.
Yeah, go on, then bring it out, man.
This is the book of Psalms chapter 53 and verse... Psalms 58 and verse 3. The wicked are exchanged from the womb.
The what?
The wicked are exchanged from the womb.
The wicked are exchanged from the womb.
They go astray as soon as they be born speaking lies.
The wicked ones are exchanged from the womb. Their hearts, they just do wickedly. They speak lies as soon as they're born.
That's right.
They're not to be trusted.
That's right.
Because there's like iron rusted, so does their wickedness. You might see them and the one day they're really calm, then they're looking rusty.
That's right.
A couple weeks later. Like, oh, that's what you guys were trying to do.
Khan.
They said the truth, there's nothing hidden that shall not be made manifested, man.
Teach.
Everything you try to hide, it will come out in the end. We'll see your wickedness.
Devil.
But there is poison, like the poison of a serpent. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent.
The poison of the Caucasian is like a damn viper.
That's right.
Like a viper snake.
Khan.
Like a cobra.
That's right.
Rattle ones. Rattlesnakes, man.
Teach
Can't trust
us.
them.
They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth their ears, which will not hearken to the voice of the charmer, charming neither so wisely.
Yeah, they're not listening to the whistle. You know the guy that sits down with the whistle, you know, and the snake starts to follow the whistle, and these wicked ones, they don't even listen to that. They're not listening to no snake charmer. Because these guys just want to damn kill, study destruction.
This is the book of Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
What?
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. But war was in his heart.
But war is always in the Caucasian man's heart.
That's right.
Anything you do, you can't stop them from thinking of destruction and war. You can try your best to charm them and say, please sir, I'll do everything you say. It's like, nah, we ain't killed enough of you guys.
That's right.
No matter how much you got damn Oprah Winfrey's on your side, you got Michael Jordan's on your side, you got Kanye West, innit? Kanye West on your side. You got what else? You got some on the side. You got Jay-Z's on your side, Beyonce's, the Will Smiths. You got all of them on your side, man. It's not gonna help. It's not gonna make any difference to you guys. They're gonna kill you.
That's right.
You're gonna find out in the long run.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn sword.
Sword behind his back. Thou sayest. I can't say it better than the Most High. The Most High said it perfectly. I only knew this really because the Most High, I read it and studied this because the Most High taught me this.
Right. What yours? Yeah, 73. Yeah, but wait, there's another one over there.
Give me Habakkuk chapter 2 verse.
Teach!
Give me Habakkuk 2. Give me Hebrews as well. What you got there? Give me Hebrews chapter 12 verse 16. Okay.
This is the book of Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. But the just,
Zoom in on the Babylon. Zoom in on the Babylon.
Well, you can see that, yeah?
but the just shall live by his faith.
The soul that is inside the so-called white man, Indian man, Chinese man, the soul is not upright in them.
That's right.
They might say, oh, that was that time, that was slavery, that was that time. It doesn't matter. You are who your father is. It's embedded in your DNA, your bloodstream.
Right.
Your ancestral DNA shows that you're up the soul that, what we did again?
The soul.
But his soul which is lifted up, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Behold, the soul that is not upright in him, okay?
But the just shall live by his faith.
And the just ones live by keeping up with laws, statutes and commandments and having faith that the Messiah is going to burn down Babylon, man. We want the Messiah to come as quick as possible to burn up Babylon, man.
Right.
So the just can live by faith.
That's right.
We don't want to be here, but we're going to be patient and we're going to hold fast to what is good.
Knowledge increase.
Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau.
As who?
As Esau.
The profane, fornicating Edomites.
Who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
And for one morsel of meat, a pottage of lentils.
Sold his birthright.
Sold it, man. It's done. And then he still tried to get it from Isaac.
That's
and
right.
Rebecca had to come and save the day and say, quickly, Jacob, go find out where your father is and I'll cook up a meal for him.
Knowledge increase.
Jacob was there in time. Had to smell like a dog for a little bit, but it was cool. Got his birthright.
Verse 17. For ye know that how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected.
It was what?
He was rejected.
It was rejected. How could the sister not like the smell of frankincense and myrrh? That goes to show that the soul that is in some of the Israelites, they're not upright in them.
That's right.
Could be a tear amongst the wheat.
God.
You can smell the beautiful frankincense and myrrh and want to hug your face. Wicked, man. When I smell this, all praises. The brothers swinging it so we can smell that. Mighty, you know. Hey, everyone give a round of applause to Yahweh Bashem.
God.
Daniel is on the set. Swinging around the
All praises to Yahweh. Give me a...
Yeah, you finished that one.
Oh, there's more, there's more. For he found no place of repentance.
Oh, we can cry.
For he found no place of repentance.
So to repent means to say, I'm sorry for breaking laws, statutes and commandments.
Yeah.
The Edomites cannot uphold laws, statutes and commandments. So in that case, there's no repentance for them. Because their hearts to study how to kill Jacob.
That's right.
Find that one up. Go to Genesis. Their heart, Genesis, you know what we need, 37. Their hearts to study how to kill the Israelites.
That's right.
Caucasians, all they could do with their whole life is sit down and seek to destroy Israel.
Praise the Christ.
Though he sought it carefully with tears.
Fine. Though he saw it carefully with tears.
Oh, the blessing. Blessing here, blessings. Yeah, there you go. 26. Sure, yeah. Yeah. I've got one blessing. Yeah, that's not that. Yeah, it's 27.
Not 37, 27. Salakia. That's right.
This is the book of Genesis. And by thy sword shall thou live, and shall serve thy brother.
So Esau's pissed off now. Because the birthright's gone and they got to live by the sword. That's why I said their hearts only study destruction. The sword is another word for destruction.
And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob.
And what?
And Esau hated Jacob.
So we're not meant to love the Caucasian. Esau is the Caucasian's biblical name.
That's right.
Edomites, Jacob is the so-called blacks, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and we are not meant to be there. Oh, let's love these guys. Because Esau, read it again.
And Esau hated Jacob.
Because they hate us, man.
That's right.
It's embedded in their soul that they hate us. According to the Bible, if you live according to the Bible anyway, the Bible will give you the answers. Why they put us in slavery. Why we're in these societies. Why we're paying bills and taxes to the Romans.
That's right.
Because of the blessing.
Because of what?
Because of the blessing.
But they hate us because of the blessing that we have.
That's right.
Because we are blessed. But thou art a blessed and holy people.
That's right.
Wherewith his father blessed him, and Esau said in his heart, the day of mourning for my father is at hand. Then shall I slay my brother Jacob.
So yeah, all they want to do is kill us.
That's right.
All they want to do is poison you.
That's right.
Like the damn death adder.
Teach.
Like vipers, like snakes.
Knowledge and
Don't
truth.
trust any one of them.
That's
I
right.
can't stop trying to express this. We're gonna just keep trying to find scripture to try and convince you not to trust these people. Anything they do may be given in evidence, and there's enough witnesses out here, so the evidence is clear.
That's right.
We've got enough evidence out here. There's enough posters, there's enough scriptures, there's enough Arkiam, Arkwaf, there's enough Arayar and Arayams. Alright? There's enough lions out here and enough sheep.
Hold your son down properly, man. Stop dragging him.
Yeah, hold the son like you love him.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's alright. It's alright. Yeah, that's the point, right?
Yeah, that's it. Give me Proverbs chapter 4.
Proverbs 4 verse 16. Oh no, sorry, 14.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 14.
Read.
Enter not into the path of the wicked.
Enter not into the path of the wicked.
That's right.
Don't trust them. Don't go their way. Don't enter their path.
And go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it. Pass not by it. Turn from it. Pass away.
Almost I keep saying, don't go in their path. Turn away. Go that way. Just he's trying to warn you, like he's shouting at you. Go, don't go. Turn, look out.
Get out.
Alright?
For they sleep not, except they have done done mischief.
They do what?
They have done mischief.
Do that again.
For they sleep not, except they have done mischief.
They can't even go to bed unless they do something to hurt an Israelite. They can't sleep at night.
Go on.
They're like, they're tossing and turning. They're like, no, how can I hurt an Israelite more and more? They won't even get a job unless it's persecuting the Israelite. Why do you think you don't get the manager the position? Because they don't want that position where you're above them.
That's right.
They're like, because they want to go to work and know that they can sleep by hurting your feelings. Pick up more things. You alright, sisters? You alright, sisters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know your mind. You need to have it more clear.
Is it not clear enough?
When you're talking, you're like
Is it distorted?
Yeah.
Alright, should we just shout? We'll just shout.
No, don't shout. Use the mic.
Use the mic. Is it better, yeah?
Where are you from? What's going on here anyway?
Where are we from? Alright, we're going to show you where we're from. Give me
1, 2, mic check. Yeah. Turn it up loud. Let's turn it up loud as possible. Yeah, go to Galatians. You know what one? Where are we from? Go to you know what one? John chapter 1.
This is the book of Galatians chapter 4 and verse 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Jerusalem. That's where we're from.
This is the book of John, chapter 1 and verse 46 and 47. And Yahushua saw Nathanael coming to him and said of him.
Yahushua is the biblical or the Hebrew way of saying so-called Jesus, okay? So Yahushua
saw Nathanael coming to him and said to him, behold, an Israelite indeed.
A what?
An Israelite indeed.
So you see Israelites indeed right now. Behold, where are we from? We're from what we would call the mother of us all, the promised land, a land of milk and honey. But we, through captivity and through our ancestors disobeying the law, statutes and commandments, we've been put through hardship of going into slavery by ships. That's to identify who the Israelites are. Do you know how to identify who the Israelites are? Deuteronomy 28. Because remember, when we're looking at the Bible, all of these prophets, they was persecuted by police officers. They was called radical for speaking the truth. What happens to us? Malcolm X's, you know what I mean, Classie's Clays. When we don't want to fight in the wars, what do? They stop, you know what I mean? They suppress us, right? We are the ones, the same ones that fit the Jeremiahs, the Daniels, putting into lions' dens. We fit these brothers in the Bible, these prophets.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Yeah, look, sisters, we need to listen to the word.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah. Listen to the word, listen to it.
Which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So all the curses for not listening to the Most High are going to come upon us and overtake us, right? The brother was showing me that. Right? So this is curses.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
So like, cursed in the city, who's the one that are the most on the bottom in the cities, living in the slums and the ghettos? Who are cursed in the city? We don't live in Upper Street. We don't live in, you know what I mean, in Mayfair. We don't live in them areas. Cursed we're in the cities. We're living in the slums.
That's right.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
And who, when it comes to the working, what jobs do we have?
That's right, teach.
We get the most, we are the first ones to get fired, and we're the last ones to get hired.
That's right.
Let one of them guys come up with no qualifications, and they're getting the job before us.
Teach.
Alright?
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whether Yahweh shall lead thee.
Not a decree.
What's your nationality? Where are you from? Well, Africa. There you go. That's an astonishment. I'm astonished. Wow, she just called herself Africa. Because Africa's not in the Bible. Egypt's in the Bible.
That's right.
Ethiopia's in the Bible.
That's right.
But Africa ain't in there.
That's right.
And last time I checked, there's a difference between the Africans, between Egyptians and the Israelites. There's a big difference. Because Moses didn't look after Pharaoh and his children, did he? Okay, so we can't be African. We're not Egyptians.
That's right.
54 different countries.
Or maybe even more now.
Or maybe like 56 now. There are different countries in Africa. So which one do you pertain to? Well, the West Africans. Okay, so now the West Africans, according to the Bible, certain of their tribes, they fit the names in the Bible, like Ashan. The Ashanti. Ashan is a name in the Bible.
Nigeria.
Yeah.
Niger
Niger is in the Bible. Did you know that? Acts chapter 13. Nigeria is in the Bible. So now we need to know what is our mission to be Israelites. Because keep it. That's an astonishment, calling yourself African, and you're not African. You're Caribbean, I can tell.
As far as I'm concerned,
You're from the Caribbean.
No. If I was born here, I'm not allowed to. So as far as I see myself, my ancestors are from Africa.
Your ancestors, no, but that's not enough. That's not far back enough. Your ancestors are from Jerusalem, and the Africans and the West Africans will tell you that. So you're not getting far enough. You need to go to the source. You understand? Because it's like we said, Ashan, the Ghanaians and the Nigerians, they know that their ancestors come from Jerusalem. That's why when you asked us, we went straight to the source. Jerusalem is the mother of us all.
What do you want to get?
Right, so that's the Bible. Where are you from? Come on, what Caribbean island are you from? You're from Jamaica.
Alright, the land of wood
and water. Yeah, you was born here, Windrush and stuff. So the land of wood and water. That's not biblical. There's nowhere it says you are from the land of wood and water. And Africa, if you didn't know, sister, if you want to learn something, the person that drew the map of Africa, his name was called Leo Scipio Africanus. If you look here, sis, if you look down here, look, can you see?
I won't be able to see.
Oh, you want them to see it?
No, I'm partially sighted.
You're partial sighted.
Okay, so yeah, the name,
My sister was.
okay, your sister can see this, right? The name of Africa was drawn by the map of Leo Scipio Africanus. He's a map maker. He drew like the circumference of the Africa. You got the
What do you call it? The T-square and the protractor, the compass,
and drew the maps and got the so look, we're gonna read this, yeah?
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 11 and verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall a dog not move his tongue, against man or beast.
Should read that again.
But against the children of Israel
Against any of the children of Israel
shall not a dog move his tongue,
shall not a dog move his tongue.
against man or beast, that they may know how that Yahweh do put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
There's a difference between the Israelites and the Egyptians. So the Africans and the Negroes and the Seminole Indians and Native Americans, there's a difference between us. We're better than them. We're powerful. Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
So the Most High said we have been chosen. You understand? It's like, got a beautiful staff there, sister. You might have another one. You said you want to choose this one because it's better for your stability and your movements and your handling.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
So this is a special one unto yourself. So the Most High, what he's got in the world, he's got 18 nations he's made.
That's right.
There's the nations of the Caucasians. Yeah, they're called the Edomites. There's the nation of the Chinese. They're called the Moabites.
That's right.
There's the nation of the Africans. They're called, obviously, Mitzrayim and Put and Canaan.
Yeah.
Right? There's different nations. There's the Greeks.
Yeah.
They're called Javan, Yawan. Russians are called Magog. Gog and Magog. Then you got the South Africans, the Canaanites. Basically, 18 Arabs are Ishmaelites.
Yeah.
Ishmael.
Yeah.
There's nations. Kittim is the Cyprus people. There's nations in the world. Not everyone is the same. Japanese and Chinese, they're not the same. But they'll tell you, I'm Chinese. Don't call me, not arigato, konnichiwa. Not konnichiwa, arigato. They'll tell you, no, you said the wrong one. I'm not, you got me mixed up. So when you look at us, or Africans, you can get them mixed up. You're like, no, I'm not an East African, I'm a West African. You get it now, yeah? So there's not, but we're not African if we get deeper. Because the Most High put curses on us that we would call ourselves West African, West Indian, Great Brit, from Great Brit, Black British. Alright? That's not what we're about. We're about calling us bywords. Can you read that again?
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whether Yahweh shall lead thee.
And not just that. The geogrative words, like gollywog, right? Like nigger, pick a nigger.
Colored.
Coloured. Yeah, like, where is it? It's all there, look. Slave, coon. Alright, boy, come here, boy. Come here, girl.
African.
Right? That's a byword. We don't want to be called these words. We want to be called Yasha Allah. The Hebrew way for saying Israel is Yasha Allah, being Prince of the Heavenly Father, Prince of Power. That's a more righteous tone, a more righteous vibration. But thank you very much for staying here, sister, and hearing the word. Alright, thank you very much.
Don't have anything that we can look into.
Yeah, we do. We got a YouTube channel. Okay, and the YouTube channel is Vine of. Yeah, the YouTube channel is Vine of Israel London. Thank you very much for listening to the word of the Most High, sister. Because that's our mission. If all our mission was to come out and speak to you and you to listen to the word, that's what we need to do. But sister, one thing I want to get, give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12, stay for one more second, please. Because now you know who was them curses given to if they didn't obey the laws, statutes and commandments. It was given to Deuteronomy 29, go to 29.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 1. These are the words of the covenant which Yahweh commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
So this covenant is with the children of Israel, the Israelites.
Right. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God?
Look, fear Yahweh, fear the Most High, Almighty Power.
To walk in his ways and to love him.
To walk in his ways and to love him is to repent from the wrongs that we've done and find out what the commandments are to show him love, sister, okay? Alright, sister, all praises to the Heavenly Father. I bless you, sister. Barakatah.
Shalom.
Shalom, sister. Shalom.
Let's give the Most High.
Round of applause. Like we said, we're here for the widows, the fatherless. That's what we're out here for, man. And the Most High brought it to us. That's our mission. Alright? That's our mission. You know what I mean? You know we got, like we said, we want 10 middle fingers. We want 10 middle fingers, and we want a brother or sister to come and hearken to the word. And we feel that we've done our job up here, man. Because they hate them that rebuke in the gate. They hate them that speak uprightly and righteous. That's why we're not going to go into the ways of the wicked men. Because they can't sleep until they do wrongs. Give me Psalm 73. Esau, we ain't forgot about you. Alright? Come to find it.
This is the book of Psalm 73. Truly, power is good to Israel.
That's what we're saying. Truly the Most High is good to the Israelites.
Even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone, My steps had well nigh slipped, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
You know when you gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself? Wow, I nearly lost my foot in there. Like wow, whoa, I nearly slipped. Alright, because we saw the way they were living and we nearly tried to follow the oppressor. We nearly took their gift that nearly destroyed our hearts. We've been there. We've done that. We had on their t-shirts, the Tommy Hilfigers. We had on the Versace's, the Gucci's. We were slipping. We was wearing their garments. We put on their apron, the fig tree, the garments they made with the figs in Genesis. Bring out, pretty. And give me Isaiah 52.
You know what it is, right? Yeah, the aprons. Yeah. It's right there. It's really.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3 and verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eye, and the tree of to be desired to make one wise, she took the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked.
Yeah, David saying, wow, I nearly slipped up. I nearly ate that fruit. That's what David's saying there. I nearly slipped, tripped, and bust my lip. And stumbling blocks would have been upon me. Like boulders falling from a cliff. Because when we deal with their philosophies and ways, it's only going to be a suppression to our people.
That's right. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons.
Yeah, that's what it would have not really been like. Wearing their garments, their Gucci's, man. Wearing their Louis Vuittons and their Tommy Hilfigers. Yeah, clothing that are mixed materials.
This is the book of Isaiah 52 and verse 1. Awake, awake.
Yeah, don't go to sleep. Wake up, you our so-called blacks, Native Americans.
That's right.
You Negroes, wake up and find out what's going on. These people are the damn devil the Bible speaks
That's
of.
right.
Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city.
That's what we're trying to tell our people. We're not even trained. We are literally out here with the microphone champion telling our people to put on the righteous garments.
That's right.
We're done with training, we're doing the damn thing.
That's right.
So you know what's going on.
Not a decrease.
And if you don't get with the program, the Most High's got a judgment for sinners. We read that earlier. I saw this coming.
Teach.
He said he's not going to spare. You know what he's going to say as well? You know what the Most High said? He says, if the righteous scarcely be saved. If the righteous are scarcely going to be saved. What about them that don't follow the ways of the Most High?
Teach.
Like I'm shook. You got me shook. For me that round. I need to. My garment, is it good enough? Is it clean enough? What's that in Songs of Solomon, isn't it? The Songs of Solomon. I put on the righteous garments.
What was all this, man? We ain't even got 73 yet. We ain't even finished 73 yet. Songs of Solomon, I think it's 80. About the garments.
This is the book of Ezekiel, the preacher, chapter 9 and verse 8. Let thy garments be always white.
Let thy what?
Let thy garments be always white.
Yeah, not even an ant doo-doo on it. I don't even want ants doo-doo on my garment. That's how clean and white we need our garment to be.
And let not thy head lack no ointment.
Yeah, let the heads lack no oil.
So always stay.
Always keep the fire burning. There's tunes like that, man. You know Benjamins. I will never stop.
Always keep the
Fire burning. Yeah, we won't stop, man. Burn down the chichimans, man. We won't stop keep burning fire upon Sodomans. So our garments, we need to make sure they're always of a righteous vibration and awake. Don't go to sleep. Fix up, look sharp.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73 and verse 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
That nearly slips us up. We'll see the wicked and see the tree and the fruit and be like, oh yeah, let's have a bite. That looks good to taste.
That's right.
And they would, yeah, what's that? And then one, you eat that, and then you go into, and another way of the fruit is looking at the damn wicked women of the other nations, man.
That's right.
That's another terminology of the fruit as well, right? Because this is of a flower, of a fruit. We can look at the fruit of the other nations and want to try to take a bite out of that. Don't do it. Leave them women alone.
That's right.
Leave the other nations women alone. Do it your own kind.
That's right.
And you guys leave us alone as well. We don't
That's right.
Don't look over here and want to get a touch or a feel up. Man.
That's right.
4. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm.
Yeah, so the David was looking like, wow, these guys, they're prospering. These guys are prospering. Why are they prospering so much? Because the Most High put them over us for a reason. Go to that in Deuteronomy.
Teach.
Wow, the book of Deuteronomy is a powerful book. They're all powerful still, but did you notice how many times we're going into it? Go to verse 32, chapter 32, chapter 32. The book of Deuteronomy, man. Powerful.
Go to verse 21.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 21. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not power. They have provoked me to anger with their vanity and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people.
They're not even a people. He's moved us to jealousy with those guys.
I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
So the Most High has used a foolish nation. That's why he said the Psalms live. Yeah, that they're a foolish nation.
Psalm 73 and verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have no more than heart can wish. Yeah? They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily.
Yeah, man. Wow, the wicked. Read Psalm 73 to 83. Read all those chapters, from them 10 chapters, just to find out how the wicked, how they function as a people. Them 10 chapters, after you read those, you're going to see the iron rusting real faster than you've ever believed. Like, what? That's what the wicked deal with. They speak loftily concerning oppression. Meaning, that was slavery, that was that time. That wasn't me, that was my ancestors, man. They speak lofty like, it don't matter. Get over it, lad. Come on. Let's go to the pub. So I can poison your beer, your Heineken. Take some, let's sniff a line. I got some cocaine, mate. It's got the 1010. I got it from Tom. You know what I mean? That's what they're like. Sweet, mate. You alright?
Yeah, you're alright, sweet mate.
And that's the thing. My brother Yaradin said it perfectly the other day. Certain times we want to get a job and we'll try and fit in nice and smooth with them. You know when you put on the white man